So today's video, I want to do a little bit of sharing. So this morning I was reflecting on what are some of the skill sets which I think have allowed me to hit some of my goals over and over again. Not that it's completely a huge feat or whatsoever, but I think just doing a bit of reflection helps me to think a bit clearer. And in this video, I just want to share with you some of the skills which I think has had tremendous impact on my life, both on a financial standpoint, a perspective standpoint, and also on a well-being standpoint in general. And it has nothing to do with what I'm actually doing, which is copywriting, even though I have helped my clients with copywriting, which have then made them a lot of money. It's also not marketing, it's also not ads, it's not a webinar scripting, it's not helping them to close. It's none of that. It's not even about leadership. It's not even about team building and whatnot. Not even about understanding where business opportunity lies. But I think it's just these few four skill sets which have helped me throughout my career for the past few years. So these are the four skills. The first skill, which I think it's severely underrated, which is the ability to learn fast. And I think this is also one of Amazon's criteria for hiring, which is the ability to learn fast. One of their key traits which they test for, one of the key cognitive abilities which they test for, which is the ability to learn fast. And I think, was it Amazon's or Google? I think it's Google's. I could be wrong. But I think the ability to learn fast is extremely crucial because when I first started out, I never knew I had when I first started out in my career, which is right now marketing, sales, helping my clients in this area. I never knew that I was able to help them with that. What I was extremely curious though, I was very keen in learning what are the things that I could do to solve their problems, right? So I didn't have any proper full on training. I didn't have a degree in marketing or whatnot or sales. I didn't have a lot of background in sales, but I did a bit of sales in my career. But I think one of the crucial things that has allowed my marketing sales skill set to help my client generate multiple seven figures in combined revenue. I'm not sure if it's hit the 8-figure mark, but I think the key skill set which has helped me to help them, which is the ability to learn fast. One example is, I think, let's say basic copywriting or running ads or helping them to build their teams or giving them certain advice or building, say, their marketing team. I think all of these things, I never really had the experience, but I think what I was able to do is to learn fast. I made mistakes quick in some of my clients and in my own team as well, and then I try as best as possible to learn from those mistakes and pass on to the future clients. And I think this has tremendously helped me in my area. It's allowed me to provide more value for my clients and for myself, and of course, as my team is growing, I haven't had a chance to manage like a 30, 40, 50 man team, even though one day I wish I would love the chance to be able to do so. But I think the key here really, it's really the ability to make mistakes fast and then afterwards learn fast as well, because it's almost impossible that you know everything right from the get-go, and every kind of like situation, it's really dependent on the context. If let's say I'm trying to build a team, I can go on Google to search how to build teams, marketing teams. The problem with that is sometimes it always lacks context. Example, what if I already have a team and my team, maybe let's say some of them aren't the right fit, or maybe what if I'm in a different situation whereby what that video is teaching me on the internet is slightly different. So it really depends on the context, right? And another example which I can give you is how big does my team have to grow in terms of the service which I'm providing. A lot of videos talk about, this is your roughly your team size. It has to fill these roles. But what if the context is different on my side? So I think generally the internet has a lot of this information, but what lacks is the context, and it's hard for you to get context on this information. Yeah, I think the key thing here really, I think everyone's situation is unique, everyone's context is unique as well. I don't think everything is just the same for everybody. So I think the key lesson here, which I've taken away, is the ability to learn, to make critically think critically, and to make quick judgments. And if, let's say, your judgment doesn't give you the results that you want, it is your responsibility to learn fast from the mistake, and then make better judgments and decisions moving forward. So I think it's the first skill to learn fast. Number two, I think it's the ability to have the right perspective in challenging times, or when problems are facing. So I used to always stress out over different problems in my company, different problems in my clients. But I think the key thing here really is just to have the right perspective. So there's two things I think you can do when you face your problems, challenges, things that you find it hard to solve, or you find it's impossible to solve. So there's two ways, right? So first way is you say that, I don't have the capabilities to do it. I can't find the right person to do it. My team members don't have the capabilities. We can't solve it, right? So this is the first way of thinking about it, which often isn't the most ideal, because it just doesn't help you in any way. The second way is to just see things as opportunities, right? You can see it in the form of providing better value for the people around you. As a result, you might, if let's say it's in the business context, you can get probably financially rewarded, new business ideas, you know who to hire, you know who to work with, what to do, what not to do, and all these things can come as opportunities, right? Opportunities not just in finance, not just financially, but resources as well. It depends again on the context. So I think the key thing here is to see things from the right perspective, especially when things aren't looking as nice. This is, I think, the second skill set that has helped me throughout my career, and I think I'm looking forward to see where this will take me in the next few years. Next one, I think the last one, which is to innovate. So I think this skill set is not necessarily like crucial, but I think it does help me. And one thing which I'm genuinely passionate about, I think innately, is just to innovate. I love to see new things being done. I love to see things being done in a new way, and I think it's one of the things that if you have this kind of way of thinking, you always want to find ways to do things better, faster, cheaper, more creatively, in a way that's more efficient, get better results. And I think it's one of the key mindset, skill set that has allowed me to propel myself forward. So it's like I'm always constantly thinking that this can be done better, right? We don't have to stop at this level, right? Even though it could be good in let's say industry standards or whatnot, but I always believe that there's always a way to do things better. And I know from a technological standpoint, I think there is a certain, I think in 2021, or rather this time where we live in right now, technology is pretty advanced already, and I think the rate of innovation, technology breakthroughs are slowing down. But I genuinely think that innovation doesn't always have to be technological. It can also be psychological. For example, I think even though like Uber, so this is a case study which I listened to for behavioral science. His name is Rory Sutherland. He talks about how Uber and Grab, even though, I mean, as much as it is a technical breakthrough, but it is also a psychological breakthrough, right? In terms of looking backwards, before Uber, when we always wanted to book a cab, hail for a cab, we had no idea how long it would take for that cab to come. But what Uber and Grab does is that it gives you that countdown timer to how long we have to wait before the cab comes. And I think that is just an innovation. It doesn't necessarily save you time, but the time or the perceived time for that person to wait feels much shorter, because he understands that the cab might be coming in 2 or 3 minutes, or whatever the app says. And in that sense, it does has a value. It does have value in that sense. So these are, I think, the three key things that that I never ever want to drop. I'm okay with dropping the current skill sets which I have, but I never ever want to drop these skill sets, which is the ability to learn fast, ability to have the right perspective, especially in challenging times, and also the ability to innovate. And speaking again on innovation, I think I think it's a pleasure. I think it's a blessing, I think, to have to be able to enjoy innovating, because I don't know, it just gives me so much joy. At the same time, I think it provides value for society, for businesses, for the world. And yeah, I just want to shoot this video to see where this brings me in the next few years, few months. So yeah.